Okay guys, here is the Hatchomatic 3000, and now we've got the incubator built and ready to go, and it's sat for 24 hours and it's been cycling on and off. The humidity is where it wants to be, the temperature is excellent. Now we need some eggs to go in there. Now these eggs aren't from Fairburns, Lincolnshire free range eggs. No, you can't just buy them like this. These little beauties have come from a local place to us in Mansfield called Hens for Pets. We drove out there, we paid £1 per hatching egg, which is pretty cheap. If you're looking to buy them on eBay or something like that, you might be talking around £10 for a dozen, for half a dozen, plus shipping. So that's what we were going to do initially, and just for 12 eggs we were looking at upwards of £30 to get them here for the actual the breeds that we wanted. So I looked for a local place. I can't give these guys a recommendation either way. They were certainly very friendly, very convenient, and they sorted us out at the door with it like 40 minutes notice. The eggs were there ready for us to collect. But we will hatch them, and I guess that will be the proof of the pudding, or the eating as they say. So what we're going to do is get these eggs out of the incubator, and we're going to set them out of the cardboard box even, and we're going to set them in the incubator. Now, a couple of points before we do this, and that is when you get your eggs, if you have got the mail order and they've come through the post, you want to give them 48 hours sat in an egg box like this with the pointy end down, just to sort of settle from the postman doing his usual juggling act on the way to your doorstep. But if you have been and purchased them directly from the farm like us, you should be able to set your eggs straight away. And when you do set them, you want to put a mark on them, date them, and indicate what they are, if indeed you do know what they are. And when you set them in your incubator, if it's a semi-automatic or an automatic one like this, then you do want to set them pointy end down, so when the tray flips side to side, that's the way they should be orientated to hatch out. If it's a fully manual one, then obviously you'll be turning them by hand anyway. So we'll get the lid off this incubator. We're going to be as swift as possible, and we'll get the eggs incubating. Right then, well, we may as well just do this live, I suppose. No point cutting away. So we'll drop the eggs down there. We're going to take the lid off. Now the difference is with this one, we've got to take the lid all the way off to get in there. So the probe is set in the centre so that it's getting a nice even reading of what the temperature of the eggs are, and we're just going to set each egg pointy end down, as you can see in the receptacles that we have for them, and we'll just fill up the basket as we go, just making sure that they're snug. And what we don't want to happen is for the eggs to fall out when we begin to turn them. So I think a couple more maybe on this side. That looks like a really big one, so I might pop him in a bigger opening, or in fact I'll come back to that little fella, or big fella even, because what I don't want to happen is any of the eggs to fall out. So we've got 4 on each side, so when that turns steady. We'll get these 2 in the centre, and I'm just going to squeeze this bit of cardboard just so it's a bigger opening. Yeah, there we go, look, and that egg sits in there. So now we can turn the eggs side to side, nice and steady, and then when these bad boys are ready to hatch, we'll come back, because there's not much more we can do in terms of updating you fellas, although we may be able to do a bit of candling at some point in the future to see if these eggs are beginning to develop and after a week or so we'll remove any that aren't. Well, there you go guys, thanks for tuning in. If you want to track the development of these little chicken eggs, then hit the subscribe button down below. Read the description, there are a lot of links in there for obviously my homebrew side of the channel, but also for the Twitter feed, Facebook and all of that gubbins. Instagram, I've put a lot of pictures up on there at the minute. And make sure you check back for the next video where we will continue to monitor the progress of these eggs. And there we go. That's an egg setting day in sunny Retford. Friggin' right it is. We better get the lid back on, boys. Better get the lid back